So, when you're self-employed, instead of you canceling on work, work cancels on you sometimes. So what do when work decides to bail? Make more videos. So let's get to it. The other thing you can do is get some green juice. Green juice! So the topic for today is nothing changes until you do. That's actually a title of a book that I read a handful of years ago, but the idea of this came back to me along with the idea of why it is that sometimes we feel stuck, and despite our best efforts, nothing ever seems to change. Nothing seems to go the way we want it. So here's a couple things I want you to look for if you are saying and feeling like your life just isn't changing and you're spinning your wheels and you're stuck. What is going on? So the first thing I want you to look at is, are you complaining about what's wrong and not doing anything about it? If you are complaining about a situation that's unfavorable, that's been dropped into your lap, well, you get to feel disappointed about unfortunate events that may have crossed your path. But the follow-up to that is, what are you doing about it? It's okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to feel disappointed. It's okay to feel unhappy with the situation, because that's going to be an indicator that you need to change something, that the current situation isn't working any longer, and it's time to adjust it and move to something better that serves you, or that serves you better. So that brings us to the main point of taking action. If you feel stuck and you're unhappy with, maybe it's a relationship or a job, or maybe where you live, your financial situation, or a combination, look at what is in your power. What can you change? And this is sometimes where we get hung up, because we may think that we don't have much power. We may feel like you're kind of powerless. You're a victim to the situation. But I encourage you to be radically open-minded, think outside the box, and to look at ways that you could break through fear, limiting beliefs, and other crap that you put on yourself, or maybe that others have put on you, and see how maybe you can throw that out and have a blank slate. And what could you take total responsibility for so that you can step up and change your situation? Now, you may have heard it's kind of considered new agey talk that, well, you need to raise your vibration. And this is all well and good, but you may wonder, well, what on earth does that mean, to raise my vibration? So I thought about that a little bit, and I thought, well, what we need to do is really change our thinking. So let's say you have looked at your situation and you have taken a lot of action, tons of action to change things, and they haven't budged. You're still getting the same result. You still feel stuck. You're not seeing progress on the outside despite putting yourself out there, facing your fear, really going for it. And then let's go back to, what do you believe? What do you tell yourself? As you're taking all this action, are you at the same time saying to yourself, oh yeah, but no one would ever want that, or that'll never happen for me, or this works for other people, not me. I'll always be living hand to mouth. I will never make it. It's just not meant for me. So if that's your self-talk and that's the tape that's playing in the background, I can guarantee you, you're probably going to stay in the same place. So raising your vibration means we really have to address our thinking. How are we thinking? What are we saying to ourselves? And we have to start to tip the scale. So if you're spending a lot of time thinking these self-defeating thoughts in a very small amount of time, feeling excited and positive about the changes you want to see, you need to start tipping that scale so that you're spending more time in the positive, more time focusing on what you do want to have happen, and less to zero amount of time spending time on what you don't want to have happen. To make this shift, what we have to do is to become conscious of our thoughts. It's just a practice of becoming aware. What are you thinking? Where are you placing your energy? Because as the saying goes, energy flows wherever or to whatever we place our attention on. So work on that in addition to taking practical steps, in addition to taking action. Work on those thoughts, and it can feel a little bit weird if you're not used to that. If you're used to feeling the sense of defeat, or like you really can't, even though you may want to change things, if you kind of have this internalized sense of sabotage, of inability, start to work on shifting that around, turning that around. go towards your ability instead of arguing for your inability, instead of arguing for your limitation. All right? So that is my encouragement for you this week. Focus on those good things. Focus on what you want to have happen. Feel good. Really, really feel it. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope you will like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much, guys. Catch you next time.